Welcome everyone, I'm the Prestior and this is Limbus Company. Alright, new events come out called Hell's Kitchen, as well as, or not kitchen, Hell's Chicken, and also a new banner. The new banner has a new EGO for Sinclair, as well as a new O identity for Ryoshu. So we will be hopefully grabbing that. So let's get started. Boop. All right. Do this as well. There's also stuff for Don Quixote, which just has... It does have telephone pole, so I'll go ahead and pull on this as well. Okay. Now back to this. Boop. Distract again. Hello. I think that's an EGO.
당신을 인도해주진 못해도 따뜻하게 안아줄 수는 있어요.
So I can't guide you, I can offer a warm embrace. We got Ardor Blossom Star for Ishmael. It's a hay rank. Alright, cool. That was one of the ones we were missing. Hello, what do we got here? I'll repeat, of course. Alright, well that's all of that for now. Alright, let's see where that puts us. So we're still missing telephone pole. That's all we're really really missing on the EGO front, which is fine. And then of course we need to get Chef de Cuisine for Ryoshu. Is that Ryoshu? Yes. We only need 159 to actually get her capped off. So we'll deal with that in a second. Honglu, Sinclair, Gregor, Heathcliff. Okay, so 159, so we can get that. Do 16, see where that gets us. Alright, that puts us at... Yeah, so we need 38 more. That's 30 more. So 8 more. There you go, 400 exactly.
왔나? 파이 하나 먹고 갈래?
You here? Want a pie to snack on? RB, Chef de Cuisine. Alright. Also, what are you giving? Oh, is this... Did we actually get a new one? Oh, okay, so it actually added a new phrase. Chicken. Gotcha. Alright. In any case, let's we'll take a look at your stuff first. Requires 4 Wrath, 2 Lust, and 1 Envy. Targets the rearmost unit. Inflict burn by half Wrath resistance, and inflict 3 burn on 3 random enemies. Okay. And then over here we have all of this. Alright, set you to level 30 immediately. Alright, so the biggest difference, I would be giving up a green and a blue in exchange for a red and a purple, which we've been hurting on reds, to be honest. But yeah, the let's go ahead and uptie these before we look at these. So uptie.
드디어 8명 중 1명. 아니야? 그럼 관심 없어.
Oh, you're up. The child speaks plainly. If it weren't for the visceral scenery, it could be mistaken for a cordial greeting to someone who just woke up from a sleep slumber. Good thing you got up in time. If the work's done, while the heartbeat's too slow, it impacts the taste. The child watches someone laid on the floor with a light cackle. The pitiful fellow writhes and struggles on the floor, unable to accept the situation they're in. I cannot read Korean. Slap. The child slapped the fellow's cheek, her words heartless. I can't stand it when the subject material tries to take the center of the art on its own. Be still if you don't want your LB. Even though there was no way for the victim to know that it stood for limbs broken, they noticed quickly enough that being still was the only way to prolong their life. Here's your reward for being an OP. Prick. The child jabbed a syringe she'd been fiddling with into the victim. It's an injection of anesthetic mixed with a variety of flavoring agents, a pricey concoction that will make you the greatest work in the backstreets. A delicacy. And art. The child's constant rambling about art and such can be a bit confusing. One thing to note is that the backstreets of District 23 are known as the Streets of Flavor. That's right, the backstreet's located around the nest where W Core is. Its culture revolves around gastronomy. The people seek good eating and derive beauty from it. Those closely related to the culinary arts, such as the 8 chefs and the Duckland guides, also originate from this place. This child wants to join the ranks of the prestigious 8 by using humans, often called one of the flowering pinnacles of artistic cuisine, as her main ingredient. To that end, the child set up an establishment here and called it RB. The acronyms must be the child's adamant preference. As one could expect, the child makes pies out of meat. Her pies have been earning a certain kind of reputation among gourmets. Now, you can feel your senses numbing, yes? The child delightfully watched her victim as she examined her blade. More Korean. I don't know if this is just a mistake or not. Clicking her tongue, the child began to grumble, going on about how she dislikes her assistant's sluggish pace, a tendency to bring her bad ingredients, dull cleaver damaging the goods, and so on. Well, whatever. I'll fire at him the moment I rise to one of the 8 chefs. While the child complains, the victim's eyelids began to close. Why is she so annoyed? What will become of them? Their thoughts blur away and their consciousness dims. Humph. Back to work for now. Now, smile. You're about to be at the center of an art piece. Looking into the victim, the child raises her knife. Was it a coincidence that the stains of blood on the knife resemble a grin? Hey, look, it's smiling. Looking at her face, it looks like there is no need to wonder after all. And there you go. Alright. So yeah, provides bleed and appetite. What appetite does is it's purely to benefit her passive. Her passive is whenever if you have 5 lusts after defeating an enemy, you can heal the ally with the lowest HP by 15, and if you happen to have appetite, it'll boost the healing. So essentially it just buffs the healing. And then the other passive support is it just does the 15 healing without the appetite, because obviously she's not on the field. Second skill does bind, bleed, paralysis, and HP healing down, which could be pretty useful. I can cook anything, boosts damage by 5% of target's missing HP up to 20, and then all the heads hits will increase the damage even further. She does have access to evasion, and if she successfully evades, she gets haste, which she has 3 to 6 speed, which is pretty decent. Alright, so we got that going for us. And we got Hell's Kitchen. So this is our first event for the game, so we'll see how this goes. Event identities and EGO on the team boost the amount of Bungie plushies earned. Well, I only have one of these. It looks like there's a Don Quixote EGO here, so maybe we can put that to use. At least we got the 40%. Coupon trade-ins for Bungie plushies. So, okay, you can get the Identity for Gregor, and then there's Lifetime Stew down there. So eventually I'll be able to get 60%. Alright. Okay, so this is just the rewatch the story. Got it. Okay, well, let's go ahead and dive into this. And it actually uses Ekflin. Okay. To receive a briefing for our next mission, we arrived at downtown in K-Core's Nest. As a whiff of a roasty scent was about to take the sinners for a nostalgia trip, a flock of walking raw chickens began to attack them. Are they trying to exact revenge for all their brethren that humans fried and gobbled up? You know, I don't know. Level 28 required, or level 28 recommended. Alright, so if we were to tag you out, edit team please. Okay, so we lose 3 gluttony, but we gain a bunch of wrath. So I think this is actually a good combination. So we'll try this and see how it plays. Also, we'll get the 40% bonus.
맛있는 경험을 기대하지.
다들 내리시죠. 여기서 다음 임무를 위한 의뢰인을 만나기로 했습니다.
Off the bus, everyone. This is where we're supposed to meet the client for our next mission.
못 봐주겠고. 이젠 하다하다 심부름꾼 마냥 의뢰까지 받는 거야?
Give me a break. Now we're taking requests like we're Fro or errand boys.
어? 저기 뭐 하는 곳이지? 유난히 줄 서 있는 사람들이 많네.
Say, what's that over there? It's got a long line in front of it.
이 짜릿한 향기를 모르겠어? 치킨이잖아, 그래. 그것도 비싼 오일로 바삭하게 튀긴.
Can't you recognize this stirring scent? It's fried chicken, Greg. Deep fried chicken brought to a crisp in expensive oil.
K사에서 요새 대유행 중인 보살 치킨을 모르다니 아직 K사는 헛돌아다니신 모양이군요.
It seems you haven't seen much of Nest Cave, if you have yet to learn of. Bodhisattva? Bodhisattva. I don't know how to pronounce that. Chicken, the hottest trend around these parts. A man with a fastidious expression suddenly cut in on the center's conversation as if he belonged to our group.
보살 치킨. 그게 무엇인가요?
Oh, chicken, is it? What is that?
답변 드립니다.
Permit me to answer.
보살 치킨이란 다리 6개, 날개가 8개 달린 맛도 양도 보살이라고 명성이 자자한 치킨 가게죠.
Chicken is a highly renowned restaurant known for its 6-legged, 8-winged poultry whose blissful taste and gracious quantities really make you feel great compassion.
심지어 그대의 취향이 무엇이든 맞춰드립니다. 육질이 좋은 육감 치킨, 살이 유독 많은 퉁퉁 치킨, 살이 쫄깃한 질겅 치킨. 자, 뭘 원하십니까?
What's more, they're prepared for every preference. The buzzworthy biddy with the right amount of tenderness, the chubby capon with plentiful flesh to dig into, the chewy cockerel that's perfectly al dente, and more. Now tell me, what do you want?
언젠가 들어본 적 있는 것 같소.
I may have heard of it erst.
웬일이래? 요즘 소식엔 누구보다도 둔할 것 같은 우리 이상 씨가?
Isn't this a surprise? Are Yi Sang, of all people, is keeping up with the fads from under his rock.
그래서 넌 뭔데?
So what are you supposed to be?
함부로 남 이야기에 끼어드는 꼬라지를 보니까 우리가 누구인지 제대로 모르는 모양이네.
Can hazard a guess you don't know who we are either, seeing as you brazenly shoved yourself in while we're talking.
우리가 그래서 누군데요?
Can you even explain who we are?
저런 가게 앞을 돌아다니고 있는 저건 무엇일까요? 썩 정상으로 보이진 않는데 말이죠.
Gracious, what could those things roaming around the restaurant possibly be? They don't appear very normal to me. Turning around, I spotted rather strange-looking people with just as strange behavior. Maybe there's some kind of mascots. It could be pretty cute when we look up close.
얼굴에 알 수 없는 가면을 뒤집어 쓰고 있는 자들이 보인다.
I see individuals covering their heads with strange masks.
마스코트 뭐 그런 거 아닐까요? 자세히 보면 꽤 귀엽게 생겼을 것 같기도 해요.
But maybe they're some kind of mascot. Could be pretty cute when you look up close. That's what I said, Sinclair.
그 마스코트를 보고 손님들이 소리를 지르면서 도망가는데요.
Those mascots have people running and screaming, though.
좀 미심쩍지만 그냥 가만히 있자고. 우리한테 딱히 다가오는 것 같지도 않고 쓸데없는 소란에 휩싸이는 건 사양을.
Seems a bit off, but let's leave them be. Doesn't look like they're coming this way, and I don't particularly feel like getting wrapped up in something bothersome.
그렇네요. 딱히 다가오지는 않는군요.
You're right, they aren't necessarily approaching us.
아니, 그 길가에 있는 돌멩이는 갑자기 왜 줍는 거지? 응? 정치불명의 양반?
And just what are you up to with that rock from the roadside, mysterious fella? Oh, hello. What in the world did you do? Hit by the rock, it started looking around. Then it began to slowly shamble in our direction. Chicken-headed K-Core security.
어이쿠,
Yikes,
실수했습니다. 이걸 어쩌죠?
Yikes, I've made such a clumsy mistake. What will we do?
뻔뻔하네. 정확히 머리를 후려버렸잖아.
Likely story. A kazoil? You aimed straight for its head.
우와, 자세도 상당히 안정적이었어요.
Wow, your form was impressively stable.
감사합니다. 과거의 도시 야구 선수가 꿈이었거든요.
Why, thank you. I once aspired to be a big city baseball player.
그럼 그대로 대가리째 홈런을 쳐주지. 기다려.
I'll play ball with you, all right. Stay right there so I can knock your noggin out of the park.
다가오는 속도가 빨라지고 있습니다. 제 머리를 홈런시키기 전에 저것부터 해결해야 할 것 같은데요.
They're approaching faster now. Shouldn't you deal with them first before working up a slugger with my head? As Ryoshi furiously reached for her sheath, those things came right for us.
닭머리네요.
They have chicken heads.
닭이네.
Yep, whole chickens.
그것도 생닭이네요.
Raw ones at that too.
하늘 품은 달기 지옥에서부터 기어나온 것 같은 모습이구만.
It's like the ghosts of dead chickens are clucking back from hell for revenge.
그 뭐냐? 그 지난번에 싱클레어가 뼈 바르기 힘들다고 닭날개를 남겨서 그런 게 아닐까? 아무리 생각해도 그거밖에 안 떠오르거든.
So, you guys think it's because Sinclair left a chicken wing uneaten that one time since it was a hassle to get the meat off? Can't think of anything else we might have done to call up the hen havoc.
이젠 그런 거에 안 놀라요. 그리고 결국 그것마저 로자 씨가 가져가서 남김없이 드셨어요.
Teasing like that won't get to me anymore, you know? Besides, Rada licked that one clean anyways.
이렇게 된 거 싸우는 수밖에 별다른 수가 없겠군요.
It appears that combat is going to be our sole recourse. So why is this guy taking cover behind me then? Before I could complain further, the chicken-headed crowd attacked us. Okay, let's see how this goes.
늦으면 매피랑 먼저 갈 거야.
Dominating. And so attack twice, attack 3 times. Yeah, I'll just do that.
직접 나서지. 예측대로군.
No more enemies that are vulnerable to blunt, it looks like.
힘은 확실히 빼는
적들이
There we go.
흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
Yellow, red.
정화.
Apparently I did not win that exchange though. That's weird. Could have sword said dominating.
죽음으로 참여하라.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
정화. 지금이 기회인 것 같소.
그래서
깨어라.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
Alright, we don't have Ishmael with us, so we can't take a look at the new EGO. And it's only one wave. Oh, right, I can't auto. Oh, this is gonna be overkill.
내 앞을 막을 자는 없어. 활그로.
자, 급한 볼일은 끝났으니까 본론으로 들어가자고. 아직 신원도 파악되지 않은 안경 양반.
Right, now that that's been all sorted out, why don't we get back to the point, friendly four-eyed stranger?
반론합니다. 그 호칭은 같은 안경 동지로서 섭섭하군요.
I must object to such a moniker, especially so when it comes from a fellow glasses bearer.
아하, 그런 건가? 미안하게 됐수다.
Is that so? Sorry about that, I guess.
신원 같은 기본적인 인적 사항은 사망 신고를 할 때도 쉽게 파악이 가능하다.
Basic personal information such as one's identity can be easily acquired from the registration of one's death.
제 소개를 미처 드리지 못했군요. 명함 받으시죠? 3조라고 합니다.
I did neglect to introduce myself. Here's my business card. You may call me Samjo. Disregarding the growing hostility surrounding him, the man handed us his card straight away.
K사 식량 자원 계량부의 연구소 소속?
A K-Corps affiliate of the Department of Food Resource Development's Research Center.
그럴듯한 단어만 잔뜩 써주면 넘어갈 줄 알았냐?
Ha! Thought we'd be fooled by a bunch of big fancy words.
물론이죠. 납득과 설명은 제 전문입니다. 그러니 진정하고 잘 들으세요.
Of course, persuasion and explanation are where I excel, so please stay calm and listen.
아까의 전투에서 당신들의 모습을 매우 인상 깊게 보았습니다.
I was most impressed by the feats of your battle just moments ago.
특히 눈앞에서 동료가 죽어가는 광경에도 아랑곳하지 않고 적들을 후드려 패던 모습 말입니다. 심지어 몇몇 동료분은 손가락질을 하며 비웃기도 하더군요.
In particular, the instances where you continued to assault your foes in blatant disregard for a dying colleague nearby. A few others even laughed at the sight.
발목을 잡는 자들이라면 아군이고 뭐고 개의치 않아야 한다.
There's that grin. Heh. Friend or foe, those who dare impede must be promptly removed. Otis replied to this remark with a look of full of pride, even though it didn't sound close to a compliment at all.
여러분들도 보시다시피 이 가게 앞을 점령 중인 정체불명의 닭들로 인해 피해가 이만저만이 아닙니다.
As you can see, those chicken heads of unknown origin, which are occupying this restaurant's front, have been causing considerable damage.
근데
So what?
사장님도 몸져 누워 계시다가 방금 막 일어나셨죠.
The venue's manager has also been bedridden until just now. Another man with a haggard face tottered to us, making it somewhat apparent that Samjo wasn't lying about the restaurant's owner falling ill with worry.
말씀하시면 됩니다.
You may speak now.
그러니까 우리 치킨집은 몇 달 전 은봉이네 호프집이라는 닭집에 맞은편에 오픈하였습니다.
So things have been. Our fry house opened up a few months ago, just across from Onbong's bar and fryers.
저희 체인점의 우수한 혈통의 닭을 사용한 맛과 푸짐한 양으로 인해 은봉이네 호프집의 손님들까지 모두 저희 가게로 넘어온 건 당연한 수순이었죠.
Our franchise offers generous servings of good-tasting food while using poultry with a supreme pedigree, so it was natural that we would draw all the customers from Onbong's.
그런데 은봉이네 호프집의 주인이 그 사실에 충격을 먹었던 건지 다 같이 망해보자는 마음인지 돌연 기행을 일삼는 것이 아니겠습니까?
But one day, out of the blue, the owner of Onbong's started acting real strange. Losing his customers must have shocked him or something. Now he's trying to ruin all of our businesses.
아니 그 경쟁 업소에서 견제 좀 할 수도 있는 거 아니겠어?
I mean, it's not uncommon for competitors to throw jabs at each other, right? As if to attest to the restaurant's owner's woes, screams echoed from the other side of the street.
저게 뭐야?
What the hell? As the supposed owner of Onbong's swung his arm while muttering something, the chickens responded in unison. The raw chickens jumped at people.
뭐죠? 닭을 지휘하는 건가요?
What in the world? Is he commanding the chickens?
보통 기행이 아니었군. 아 얼마나 앙심을 품으면 사람이 저렇게 되지?
That's definitely strange behavior. How spiteful does someone have to be to resort to that kind of stuff?
생체 개조라도 한 것 같은 생닭들이 가게에 무단 침입을 하면서 기물을 파손하지 않나?
I don't know if they're augments or... Oops.
보신 것처럼
Didn't mean to click
이제
through that.
닭들을 뒤집어 쓴 사람들까지 생겨나고 있어요. 이대로 가다가는 가게에 크나큰 경제적 손실이 생길 겁니다.
And now there's people wearing those chickens on their heads too. If this keeps up, our restaurant's going to lose so much money. If you need to, you can pause to see the previous message. Something about augmentations.
이상
Such is his feathery song.
눈물 나는 이야기였습니다. 여러분이 나서서 이 사건을 해결해 주실 수 있겠습니까?
This has been his tear-jerking reflection. Would you be willing to deal with this case? That ruffled your feathers, huh, Yi-sang?
아무리 그래도 우린 치킨집 의뢰 같은 건 안 받는다.
Tear-jerking or whatever, we still don't take requests from our chicken
평생 이용권.
A lifetime voucher.
의뢰를 해결해 드리면 이 매장을 평생 이용할 수 있는 파격적인 혜택을 드리도록 하죠.
Handle this request and I'll offer you groundbreaking benefits. The right to free orders from this restaurant for the rest of your lives.
평생 이용권이요? 우리 체인점에 그런 게 있는지...
A lifetime voucher? I've never heard of such a...
시식용 치킨도 몇 개 준비해 왔습니다.
I have even prepared a few free samples for you.
예?
You what? Sam Joe personally distributed pieces of fried chicken that he suddenly had his hands on.
자, 질서 있게 한 줄로 서서 받으세요. 닭의 유명 혈통별로도 종류가 있으니 취향껏 골라보시고요. 혈통마다 자랑하는 부위의 맛이 다르고 향도 풍부하다고 하죠.
Now, stand in line and keep things orderly. I've brought samples for different pedigrees, so you're free to pick and choose. Each one comes with a unique brand of tastiness, demonstrating its strengths in different cuts of meat.
한 가지만만 골라야 하는 것이요? 다 맛있어 보이는데.
Must I choose only one flavor to taste? They all appear equal in gustatory greatness.
다른 맛은 미래를 위한 기대감으로 남겨두는 것은 어떻습니까? 평생 이용권이 있다면 모두 해결될 고민일 텐데요.
Let me suggest this then. Leave the other flavors as something to anticipate for your future meals. It won't be a problem once the lifetime voucher is in your hands.
오, 그거 참 반박할 수 없는 말이군.
Oh, indeed, it is an infallible proposition. It seems Samjo has won the hearts of most of the sinners with his compelling words and fine poultry samples.
어쩌시겠습니까?
What do you say? This might be the first time I've seen Heathcliff go quiet at someone's words.
그거 나쁘지 않은 의뢰군.
That's, not half bad at all.
저기요. 우리는 황금 닭다리가 아니라 황금 가지를 찾는 게 목적 아니었어요? 언제부터?
Hello, aren't we supposed to be looking for golden bows, not golden drumsticks? Since when did we...
못 들었어? 바삭한 닭을 평생 먹게 해준다잖아.
Didn't you hear him? We're dining on free crispy chicken forever.
개수 제한은 없는 거지? 그냥 끝없이 주는 거지? 어? 포장도 되는 거고?
It doesn't have to have limited uses, right? It's actually free chicken forever, right? Yeah? Takeout counts too?
이러고 있으니까 옛날 생각난다. 알 사람 있으려나 모르겠네. 햄햄팡팡에서 파는 갓튀긴 치킨도 진짜 맛있었는데.
This takes me back to the older days. Wonder if anyone remembers it. You know, Ham-Pang-Pang-Pang's freshly fried chicken that was totes delish.
난 알아. 어쩌다 돈이 생기는 날엔 조직원들이랑 외식하러 가기도 했지.
I sure do. I'd have a cheeky one with the lads whenever our syndicate earned a proper lump of dosh.
파우스트 씨, 빨리 말해주세요. 무슨 사칙이나 조항 같은 거 있을 거 아니에요.
Miss Faust, can you have them cut the crap already? Shouldn't there be some company clause against fried chicken requests? Faust was deep in thought by her lonesome.
그러죠. 의뢰를 수락하겠어요.
Alright, we will take your request.
예?
Excuse me? This might also be the first time I've seen Ishmael taken aback to this extent.
아니, 파우스트 씨, 혹시 정신이 잠깐 나가신 거예요?
I'm sorry, Faust, did you go out of your mind for a second there?
이스마일, 아무리 그래도 말은 가렸어 좀.
Yeesh, Ishmael, you don't need to be so biting there.
글쎄요. 파우스트는 대체로 정신이 나가 있는 편이니까.
It's hard to say. Faust's mind tends to be out there most of the time.
오랜만에 다 같이 마음이 좀 통하네. 어?
Guess we're all right and chummy for once, eh? Faust, are you serious? You're taking a request over free chicken?
정확히 말하자면 뒤틀림 현상의 해결이죠, 단테.
To be more precise, this is to resolve a case of the distortion phenomenon, Dante. Distortion phenomenon.
뒤틀림이라 그게 뭔가요?
Distortions? What are they?
명확히 모르는 이들이 많을 겁니다. 도시 곳곳에서 발생하고 있지만 대중적으로 공표된 적은 없으니까요.
It is a term I'm sure is unclear to most. Although it has been occurring all around the city, no official announcement of the phenomenon has been made to the general public. Oh.
통상적으로 인간이라 부를 수 없는 형태로 변하는 형상이라고 알고 있다. 원인은 불명, 형태도 제각각이었지.
To my knowledge, it is a phenomenon where an individual morphs into a form often unfit to be considered human. It has no known causes, and the appearances were all different.
설명만 들어서는 모르겠네요. 환상제 같은 건가?
That doesn't make it clear enough. Are they like abnormalities?
아니, 그들은 환상체랑은 다르게 알로 변하지 않는다. 완전히 숨이 끊어지기도 하지.
Not exactly, as unlike abnormalities, they do not shrink into eggs. It is possible for them to fully expire.
전에 몇 번 본 적도 있었다.
I have witnessed a number of cases in the past.
회사 내부에는 뒤틀림 현상 자문 해결사가 속해 있는 부서인 LCD가 존재해요. 작은 규모의 부서이긴 하지만 그만큼 눈여겨보고 있는 현상이라는 뜻이죠.
Our company has the LCD, a Department of Housing consultant fixers dedicated to matters regarding the distortions. Though it's small in size, size is small, it nevertheless signifies the company's interest in the phenomena. So the owner of Onbongs has turned into one of those distortion things.
맞아요. 사람이 단순히 미쳐버린 것만으로는 생각들을 갑자기 진두지휘할 수는 없으니까요.
That's correct. One does not simply gain the ability to lead an army of chickens by losing their mind. The text disappeared for some reason.
역시 그렇죠? 하우스트 씨가 잠깐 헷가닥 하신 줄 알고 제가 직접 나서서 정신을 차리게 해야 하나 싶었잖아요.
So that's what it's about? Phew, I almost got worried that I might have knocked some sense back into you, Faust.
왜 방금까지 메이스를 꽉 쥐고 있었던 거지, 이스마일?
Is that why you were clutching your mace so tight, Ishmael?
옳소! 사상자가 생기기 전에 우리가 나서야지 않겠어?
Rightly so. We must act before this commotion results in any casualty. Nom nom.
그럼 입에 소스 묻었다 꼬맹이.
Oh, you got sauce on your face, Chica. I watched as Rada wiped Don Quixote's mouth clean.
그럼 의뢰를 수락한 걸로 알고 연락을 기다리고 있겠습니다.
I'll take that as a yes, and we'll be waiting for your contact. Well, Sam Joe seems pleasant. I wonder how he's gonna die.
이걸로 나는 더
Alright.
높은 자리로.
Gradually getting those points now. How many stages are there? One can wonder. Alright. Actually, I can check. There's 10 stages. Okay, good to know. In Havoc. To receive a briefing for our next mission, we arrived downtown in Cake Horse Nest. As a whiff of a roasty scent was about to take the sinners for a nostalgia trip, a flock of walking raw chickens began to attack them. Are they trying to exact revenge for all their brethren that humans fried and gobbled up?
이단에게 철의 단죄를.
Alright, straight into combat. Cool.
늦으면 내피랑 먼저 갈 거야.
Opposed, favored, favored. Alright, well.
직접 나서지.
That -2 clash power actually saved her there. Turned a fail into a tie.
하룬, 기다리는 거 못해. 100초만 기다려줄게.
정화.
Bonk.
이단이 휘청거리는군.
뱀상 투성이로.
깨어라. 그래서
적들이
Alright, 4 staggers.
기회 아니야?
Really? We'll counter then. This should kill everything.
무슨 맛일까? 너, 맛, 취, 이제.
There we go.
다른 신나. 노래 부를까?
Got to see the third skill in action. That's good.
그래서 적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
직접 나서지.
이제
Oh, second wave.
늦으면 메피랑 먼저 갈 거야.
무슨 맛일까? 힘은 확실히 빼는 편이 좋지.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
Alright. Boop, boop, boop.
무슨 맛일까? 죽음으로 참여하라. 죽음으로 참여하라. 너, 맛, 쥐, 이제 쓸만해져. 밝으로.
Alright, quick and easy.
가장 순수한 세상으로.
One idea we came up with to unravel the distortion was to present some chicken-based cooking that would appease it. The sinners confidently start preparing their dishes, but shouldn't they put their cigarettes out first? Alright.
이단에게 철의 단죄를.
What are we supposed to do to resolve our distortion?
간단해요.
It's simple. Faust seemed to have a habit of prefacing her expositions with a disclaimer about their simplicity.
뒤틀림이 생긴 이의 마음을 열게 하면 될 겁니다.
What we will do is open up the heart of the distorted.
경계를 풀고 스스로 마음을 내보일 수 있도록 말이죠.
Disarm their mind's guard and coax them into opening up.
그렇군. 견갑골을 꺼내야 하나? 아니면 복장뼈?
I see. Do we remove the scapula first, or perhaps the sternum?
속을 직접 내보이는 방법이라. 그 방식도 흥미롭군요.
A physical revelation of the heart. An interesting proposal. First off, we probably should visit that Ombong's place and figure some things out.
아, 생각들이 돌아다니고 있어요. 위생에 좋지 않을 텐데.
Ugh. Raw poultry is walking around. That can't be hygienic. They look like the things that were on those people's heads earlier. I don't know what they are, but we shouldn't get too close to. Unfortunately, I had forgotten that around 80% of the sinners valued my suggestions less than the cooing of a random pigeon on the roadside.
그래서 이 닭들을 족치면 그 집에서 치킨을 평생 먹을 수 있다는 거지?
So we can have free chicken for life after we're done whacking these pullets, eh?
귀엽군. 모서리다.
Cute. Let's stab. I get it. That one would slice them all bare. Huh.
끄덕.
Nod. Provoked, the raw chickens leapt into the air. Huh? Heathcliff? Heathcliff's face was then devoured by one of them. Huh. That's a problem. Heathcliff? Heathcliff stood in silence with the raw chicken adorning his head. It was quite the sight, much to my terror.
전 지금 히스클리프 씨 쪽이 더 괜찮은 것 같은데요? 지성적으로 보이잖아요.
I think I like Heathcliff better this way, you know? He actually seems intelligent now.
어떻게 단테? 빨리 시계 돌려.
Oh gosh, what do we do, Dante? Wait, quick, your clock. But then... Nothing would stop me from rewinding here, but the problem is... What if my head turns into a chicken while the clock's working?
그게 그거라뇨.
Same difference.
시계 대가리나 닭 대가리나 무슨 차이가 있다고 유난인지 모르겠군.
Clock head, chicken head, they're no different. So don't get being huffy over it. It looked like Sinclair was the only one actually worried about Heathcliff.
히스클리프 씨, 괜찮으세요?
Sorry about that. Mr. Heathcliff, are you alright in there? Yeah, he's alright.
있지. 분리가 안 되면 이대로 우리 마스코트로 써먹어 보는 건 어때?
Say, why don't we keep him as our mascot if the thing ever comes off? What's the deal with you and mascots anyway?
오! 저걸 보시오! 히스클리프 씨가 다른 닭들과 대화를 나누고 있어!
Oh, lead your eyes thither. Heathcliff is communicating with the other hens. Oh my god.
수다쟁이가 되었네요, 히스클리프 씨.
Heathcliff's become quite the chatterbox.
히스클리프 씨가 대화를 한다기보단 얼굴에 씌워져 있는 저 닭이 히스클리프 씨의 몸을 빌려서 말하는 것 같군요.
It appears that the chicken sitting on his face is using his mouth to communicate rather than Heathcliff himself.
나도 실수! 히스클리프 씨와 나중에 타오르는 석양의 해결사들 코스프레를 같이 하고 싶었단 말이오. 생닭머리를 해가지고선 그 코스튬을 해봤자 저대로는 비웃음만 당할 것이오.
I cannot leave Sir Heathcliff in these straits. I had wished to dress with him as two fixtures del Attardecer Ardente. Someday, we would only be subject to mockery if we were to engage in mummery with that chicken head. To avoid the gathering crowd, we shoved Heathcliff into the interior of Onbog's bar and Friars and followed behind him.
이 닭대가리 도저히 못 봐주겠군. 정신이 바짝 돌아오도록 만들어주지.
I can't stand his clucking anymore. I'll bring him back to his senses sharply. I just grabbed the raw chicken on Heathcliff's head with one hand and began to slap it ruthlessly with her spear. Furiously.
타격 소리가 적군의 포로를 심문할 때의 세기와 유사했다.
The sound of the impacts was comparable to when she was interrogating a captive enemy.
정신 차릴 기색이 보이지 않는다. 어쩔 수 없겠어. 닭머리를 통째로 뽑아내겠다.
I don't see him ever recovering on his own. This leaves us no choice. I'll remove the chicken as a whole.
그렇게 막 무 뽑듯이 뽑아도 되는 거야? 그러다가 얼굴 가죽이라도 벗겨지면 어떡해?
Is it really okay to yank it off like that? You might peel his face right off with it.
답답하군. 설사 얼굴 가죽이 벗겨져도 관리자님이 계시니까 괜찮은 거다.
Grow backbone. Even if his skin were to be removed, it's perfectly fine as our executive manager is here to handle it. No, seriously, it's not really not fine for me, Otis. I can't just. Despite her opposition, Otis began jostling the chicken with all her might. I heard something tear. It didn't actually come off, did it? Huh?
정신이 드나?
Back with us, soldier?
이번에 왜 이상한 국물이?
Ugh, what's with this barmy soup in my mouth?
히스, 계속 이상한 말들을 중얼거리면서 닭들이랑 진지하게 대화를 나눴어. 기억나?
Heath, you were having some serious discussion with those chickens, clucking weird stuff, remember?
그러고 보니 뭔가 대화가 머릿속에 들어왔던 것 같기도 한데.
Huh. Now that you say it, I think I did hear some gabbing in my head.
뭐라더라? 무슨 레시피를 잃어버렸다고 했는데.
What were they on about? Some sort of recipe got lost, I guess.
손님을 모이게 하는 비장의 요리법이었는데 그게 없어진 이후론 손님이 발길을 뚝 끊어서.
It was the cornerstone of this eatery, but once it was gone, he stopped getting customers.
그 후론 주인님이 갑자기 이상해지더니 우리들을 감염시키고.
That's when the master started acting off and infected us all.
지금 닭들이랑 우리라고 한 거예요?
Huh. Did you just say those chickens were us?
젠장. 아직까지도 닭도리들의 영향에.
Bugger. I'm still recovering from those head hens. This is confusing.
쟤네 이름이 닭돌이었나요?
That's what you decided to call them. If the distortion happened because he lost his recipe, then maybe we can somehow recreate it for him?
얼추 근접한 답안에 도달해낸 것 같군요.
You've gotten close enough to an answer.
뒤틀림에 대해 밝혀진 건 많이 없지만 선악, 아니 마음이 산산이 허물어졌을 때 발생한다고 알려져 있죠.
Though much about the distortion remains unknown, one of the noted particulars is that it occurs when the good and evil know, when the mind crumbles to figurative pieces. Sounds like you just pivoted away from good and evil because that version would get too long for you to bother.
가령 홍루 씨가 도시를 살아가면서 절대 변하지 않을 거라고 확신했던 믿음이 있었을 거예요.
For instance, let us say that Hong Lu held a belief he was certain would be unchanging constant as he lived in the city.
혹은 삶을 지탱하고 있던 희망이라 불리는 무언가가 있었을 수도 있겠죠.
Or it could be a hope for some other psychological sustainment that has supported his life.
그게 한순간에 무너졌다면, 나를 놓아버리게 될 정도로 커다란 충격을 받는다면 마음이 허물어지겠죠.
If that support suddenly collapses in a massive, shocking event that causes one to let their ego go, his mind would crumble, so to speak.
뭐 그럴 수도 있겠네요.
Well, I could see that happening.
뭐 잘난 도련님 인생에서 일어난 대단한 충격이라 봤자 용돈 뺏기는 거 아니겠어?
What could be so shocking for a well-off cuss like you? Getting your privy purse snatched away?
용돈은 받은 적도 없었던걸요? 원할 때마다 쓸 수 있었는데 굳이 받을 필요는 없잖아요.
Oh no, I never received an allowance. There was no need for such a thing when I could spend any amount whenever I wanted.
뭐야? 그럼 뭐였는데?
Really? What else is it then?
알고 있다고 생각했는데 지금은 떠오르지 않네요.
I thought I knew, but I can't seem to elaborate on it with words right now.
즉, 정리를 해드리자면
To return to the point and sum things up.
뒤틀림은 발생자만 알 수 있는 원인 모를 심리적 충격으로 인해 벌어진 현상.
The distortion is a phenomenon that arises from deep personal psychological shock.
단단히 마음의 벽을 쌓아올린 상태라고 말할 수 있죠.
The affected will have walled off their heart with a solid defense.
이 벽을 뒤틀림이 원하는 방식을 통해서 허물어야 합니다.
This wall has to be brought down using methods that the distorted would approve.
여기서 뒤틀림이 원하는 방식이라 한다면?
And in this case, the distortion would want
닭요리겠군 그래.
chicken-based cooking, right? Margaret took a confident step forward after saying that.
전쟁통에서 남은 음식을 모아 전우들에게 통조림을 이용한 요리를 해준 적이 많았지.
I cooked up a good few meals using leftovers and cans for my comrades in arms during the war.
트라우마에 시달리던 군인들도 전부 감동의 눈물을 흘리며 다 같이 퍼먹었어.
Those traumatized soldiers were moved to tears by my dishes as they gobbled up the stuff.
방금 누가 콧김 소리를 냈던 것 같은데 내가 잘못 들은 거겠지?
Hey now, is it just me or did I hear somebody scoff at that?
웃기는군. 벌털 주제에 어디서 요리를 운운하는 거지? 니는 차라리 그 집게로 햄버거 패티나 굽는 편이 낫겠군.
How droll. What does a CF know about cooking? You'd be better off flipping hamburger patties with your pincer.
와, 그레고르 씨가 가게를 차린다면 집게 사장이 되는 거네요?
Oh, if Mr. Gregor opened a business, he'd be a boss with big meaty claws.
묘쇼, 그거 벌레 털보란 뜻이었지. 아이 그래도 뭔가 집게 사장이라는 호칭은 마음에 드는군. 아이 갑자기 머리가.
Ryoshu, that's short for crawling furball, isn't it? But I'll say, I do like the idea of being the guy with big meaty claws, eh? My head just got a sting.
요리는 말이지. 혀. 그리고 거미시키는 대로 하는 것이다.
A true chef follows their tongue and blade.
전쟁통에서 마구잡이로 해먹은 음식을 진정 요리라고 부를 가치가 있는가?
Could you really say that food haphazardly mashed together in a war zone is real cuisine?
오, 방금 명대사 나왔어.
Oh, that's one for the cookbooks.
심지어 료슈 씨가 줄여 말하지도 않았어요.
Mr. Yoshi, she's speaking with full words for once.
있어 보이는 말이긴 하지만 저자한테서 들으니까 기분이 거시기하군.
It sounded cool, but I'm not sure you're the one to be giving out advice.
아니 그런데 요리는 해본 적이 있나, 료슈?
Actually, hold on. Have you even cooked before, Ryoshu?
당연. 시답지 않은 님이 상상조차 할 수 없는 경지의 요리를 해봤지.
Obs. I've crafted dishes on a level that you, as a trifling cook, can't dare imagine.
이거 점점 열받네.
Okay, now I'm starting to get mad.
그럼 나는 료슈 편.
Let's see, then. I'm on Shu's side.
아니 갑자기 편을 나누는 이유는 뭐지?
Why are we splitting up into teams now?
재밌잖아.
I mean, it's fun.
그리고 자연스럽게 료슈 편에 선 이유는?
Why did you end up siding with her?
그래, 우린 그동안 너무 가까웠어. 오늘만큼은 벽을 좀 더 보자고.
Greg, darling, we've been stuck too close for too long. Why don't we try a little distance just for today? Heathcliff, having shaken off the dizziness, walked to Gregor's side.
그러니까 저 자식을 박살내면 이긴다. 이거지?
So we win by pulping her up, eh?
아니 박살내는 게 아니라.
No, we aren't crushing anyone with force.
설마 부하들에게 통조림을 먹였다는 말인가? 군인의 수치고는. 참고로 난 즉석식품파다.
You admit to feeding your men canned food? You're a disgrace of a soldier. For your reference, I much prefer instant foods.
그냥 입맛이 다른 것 뿐이잖아.
That reference is just a preference.
유치하네요 정말. 이런 걸로 편가르기나 하고 싶어요?
This is childish, really. Do you guys seriously want to take sides over this?
그래서 이수는 어느 쪽이야? 만약에 수감자 음식 담당자를 그렉이나 류슈 중에 꼭 한 명 선택해야 한다면 말이야.
Tell us, why don't you tell us? Which side are you, Ishi? If you had to choose between Greg and Ryoshu to serve us food for us sinners.
수작 부리지 마. 이스마일 저 친구는 초반부터 나랑 생각이 좀 통했던 사이라고.
Don't you try and coax her. I know Ishmael and I have been thick as thieves since early on. In spite of Gregor's confidence, Ishmael's face and posture betrayed a sense of awkwardness.
이스마일?
I think this is going to be guys versus girls. Ishmael?
그레고르 씨의 통조림 음식은 소시적에 배 위에서 지긋지긋하게 많이 먹어서요.
Sorry, Gregor. If it's canned food we're talking about, or canned goods we're talking about, I ate more than I ever wanted on the ship.
왜 눈을 못 마주치는 거야, 이스마일? 어?
Those dead eyes. Come on, why don't you look me in the eyes, Ishmael, eh? Ishmael took a few sluggish steps backward to stand next to Ryoshu. Her eyes never looked up to meet Gregor. Heh. Even though there wasn't much rapport to begin with, I could hear what little trusting bond existed between the two fall apart. Look, it isn't guys versus girls. Don Quixote had glued herself to Gregor's back before I noticed. Her face was off color.
사실 이전에 버스에서 닭꼬치를 먹을 때 나 보고 말았어. 저자가 무슨 짓을 했는지.
As a matter of truth, while we were banqueting upon skewer chicken on the bus, I bore witness to that woman's most awful deed.
닭꼬치 뭘 했는데?
What'd she do with the chicken kebab?
그거는 참아 입에 담을 수조차 없어.
I cannot begin to put it to words.
아, 이런. 그걸 보고만 건가? 닭꼬치의 궁극적인 맛을 내기 위한 나만의 비법이었지.
If it was the little music part or the song part, I think she was using a lighter on it. Well, you saw it, did you? That was a secret technique of mine to bring out the Dakochi's ultimate flavor. Don Quixote shuddered violently. Soon enough, Honglu went to Gregor's side with a sparkle in his eyes.
살면서 애완동물 사료 같은 음식들도 한 번쯤은 먹어봐야 하지 않겠어요? 전 그레고르 씨를 응원할게요.
Why does it feel like they're not even on his side? Oh, it would be a unique experience to try dishes comparable to pet food once in my life, right? I'll be rooting for you, Gregor.
그래, 그거 참 고마워.
Right. Thanks a lot, Honglu. Honglu stood behind Gregor wearing a kind smile on his face.
파우스트, 당신이야말로 누구보다 합리적인 선택을 할 수 있겠지?
Faust, I can count on you of all people to make a rational choice, yeah?
글쎄요. 파우스트는 종종 모험을 즐기기도 하죠.
I don't know. As Faust, I can enjoy a risky venture from time to time. With that profound remark, Faust took her place behind Ryoshu.
이해가 안 돼요. 왜 이렇게 저희끼리 편을 나누는 거예요?
I really don't get it. Why are we splitting our group into opposing teams?
어이, 그태 말 늦이다. 살아남을 길을 고르든가.
Hey, hey, chick, pick a way to survive or buzz off.
그딴 태평한 말을 하기에는 늦었다는 건가요? 그럼
Chirping hesitation isn't cool, kiddo. Then yeah, I mean, he's been pretty good at finding out those acronyms. Sinclair, you might be linked to Ryoshi on a spiritual level at this point. Ryoshi's ruthless remark made Sinclair trudge to her side.
협박으로 데려가는 게 어디 있어? 반칙이잖아.
Isn't it unfair to threaten him to join you? That's cheating.
나는 선택하지 않겠어. 그대들에게 겸허히 골라지겠어.
I shan't choose, and instead I humbly await your selection.
저건 필요 없어. 가져.
Don't need that. You take it. He said he was placed on Gregor's team without him moving a muscle. Lastly, Mersault quietly stood behind Gregor.
메르소?
Mersault?
사실 좀 감동받았어. 비록 우리가 평소에 많은 대화를 나누지 못했지만 이렇게 먼저 다가와줘서 난
I'm a little touched. I know we never got to talk much, but you still decided to come and stand by me in my time of need. I'm so...
그저 적은 인원수가 있는 곳으로 가는 편이 올바른 균형이라고 생각했다.
I have only done so because joining the team with fewer members would set the balance right. Some will proclaim that they saw tears well up in Gregor's eyes at that moment. With the teams decided, we enter the kitchen of Onbong's looking for a suitable place to cook. It had become a long-neglected mess with traces of foul rampage. However, Ryoshu and Gregor kicked straight plates and utensils out of their way like it was none of their business, and then took to their spots. Hang on, are we allowed to do all this in someone else's restaurant?
어망직식 따위. 알게 뭐야.
It's a raft, so why care?
어차피 망하기 직전의 식당이라고요?
You can't call it a restaurant already fated to shut. We're trying to help.
그래, 우리는 뒤틀림을 해결하는 게 목표라며.
Yeah, our goal is to deal with the distortion, isn't it? An angered flock of chickens fluttered to intimidate the sudden intruders, but much to their dismay.
방해하면 다 베어버린다.
Get in my way, you're all getting chopped. Get in my way, you're all getting sliced. You guys look more in sync now. Alright. Wasn't expecting the cutscene to take that long. Oh.
하론, 기다리는 거 못해.
Oh, we're in abnormality
대충은
battles.
기다려줄게.
Okie dokie. Story. I should not begin to describe these cute yet bewildering things. They are typically naked. Awkward though it is to describe those things as entities of note, but nonetheless. Think of them as raw chickens well prepared for cooking, adorned with a pair of round, plump eyes. Behold their adorable behinds. Oh, they reek of sweets and salts when they charge in. Some taste spicy seasoning, and some harbor the flavor of soy sauce. Though the teeth on their maws may prick the mouth, 'tis inconvenience worth enduring. Wait a minute, is that why I saw you mumbling sometimes? You took a bite out of them? You didn't actually eat the raw chicken meat, did you? Poultry may cause infection when consumed uncooked. Please refrain from adding unnecessary strain to the manager outside of battle wounds. Oi, Don Quixote, don't got anything to say about this? She must think we will not recognize that this log is hers if she doesn't confirm it. Oh, come on. She can't possibly have her head in the sand like that. Who do you think she is, an ostrich? And there you go. Alright, let's try to finish this up so I can close this video out. Everyone's attacking the same thing. Good for them. Alright, you go for that. Alright.
내 앞을 막을 자는 없어.
Oh, I lost an exchange there.
No.
Weak against slashing.
대성공이야. 칼은 신나.
It's almost like these enemies are designed for the new identities. But she who grips does not care.
적들이 흔들흔들.
Evasion. Okay.
직접 나서지. 빈틈 투성이로군. 쓰러졌고.
Okay, that was a bit overkill. Oh, multiple waves.
기다리는 거 못해. 100초만 기다려줄게.
Here, you take that, you take that, you take that, you can take that, and you can take that.
정화.
빈틈 투성이로군.
이제 쓸만해졌고.
적들이 흔들흔들. 기회 아니야?
정화.
예측대로 쓰러졌고.
죽음으로 참여하라.
There we go. Ryoshu and Gregor radiated burning viciousness. Is this murderous aura supposed to be part of the culinary experience?
그딴 레시피 따위. 어차피 깡통 요리 중 하나 아닌가?
What recipe are you even gonna show? More canned crapola?
생존 요리를 이길 레시피는 없지.
There's no dish that beats the taste of survival.
어이 노랭이, 닭 가져와.
Hey, champagne here. Get me a hand.
네? 네.
Huh? Okay.
이상 씨, 미안하지만 이 통조림을 좀 따주겠어?
Yisang, sorry, but can you open this can for me?
그리하겠어.
As you so wish. The sights and sounds filling the kitchen seemed at least somewhat proper. I can hear knives hitting the cutting boards, broth boiling up in the pots, and fire sizzling on cigarettes. Huh? Why do I hear smoking in the kitchen? They're both smokers. The two remained silent. Of course, as expected, the sound of a cigarette being snuffed out only came from Gregor's side.
가장 순수한 세상으로.
Okay, well, there's definitely going to be more cutscenes coming. Alright, well, we're going to go ahead and call it here. I am the Depressed Hero. This is Limbus Company. We'll continue this event next time. See ya.